guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back. I have another process video today. This setting's a little bit different. I am at a weekend crop and the mat underneath is darker and the lighting's not quite as good, but I still felt like it was decent enough to record some videos, so I hope that you don't mind too much. So when I go to a weekend crop, in the beginning, usually I struggle to get my mojo going. It's just overwhelming, lots of people, noise, not my setup, all sorts of things that, just come into factor. So what I usually do is I either scrap lift or use a sketch to get myself going. And so the sketch that I showed at the beginning is a paper issue sketch. I had Wi-Fi access and knew that they had a sketch that I had remembered I thought that I would really like doing. I love pattern paper. It's probably one of my favorite things about scrapbooking. I can hoard some patterns just because I love it so much, and I've been known to buy multiple sheets of certain patterns because I love them so much. So I went with this sketch and quickly determined that I really wanted to put the star pattern paper up top. For me, it just makes more sense. Stars are in the sky, plus this pattern paper with the white background, I just thought looked better up top. So I did that. And the kit that I am using is the April Hip Kit for this, and that had a mix of some exclusive papers, some Pinkfresh items, and some Chamel die cuts. So that awesome yellow acetate word is from Pinkfresh new collection, and I cannot remember what the name of that is. And at first I thought that they were alphas, and I was so bummed. I was like, oh, they're all different colors, and what's going to happen is I'm going to spell out a word, and then I'm going to have like two of the same color next to each other because they didn't put in enough alphas. And my friend was like, you idiot, they're words. And I'm like, oh, it put it in a whole new perspective. Love the words. They're really cool. My only complaint is that one of my words was completely cut in half in the package, but I managed to salvage it just by running it through a Xyron and then, sticking it down together. So I don't know what happened with it, but I've heard some other people having the same complaint. So if you get it, be on the lookout for having a word messed up. So this tissue paper actually came in the kit. It wrapped it up, and I just decided to use it as another layer, and I crumpled it up a little bit and then trimmed the edges so that it wasn't too crazy. And I love the way that it looks underneath my photo. So I had pulled out some of these Chamel dies that came with the kit, and I really struggled because I wanted the colors to stay that aqua, the navy blue, and little pops of yellow. And I really felt like they either introduced too much of a different color or they just didn't quite look right or quite go with the theme or what I had in mind. So I end up only using one of the Chamel dies, and it's the tag that I just played with right there. And I end up cutting the bottom off just because I liked the pattern below, and I figured that I would be able to use that at a different time. I had also pulled some other Pinkfresh items that I had just because I find that a lot of their things will go across their different lines, and I end up using some washi tape from their Felicity line, and I put that underneath the photo, both of the photos in the pattern paper. So I will say this, I'm not quite sure what happened to part of my footage. You'll see a little bit at the end that I don't video for whatever reason, or I did and it got lost. I'm not quite sure. But I cut out from Ellie Studio, there was a piece of paper in the collection that had a bunch of words, a bunch of phrases, and they were outlined. some of them. And so I took one that said, love these details. And I took some of my Shimmers watercolors and I just took my water brush and filled in the letters so that it would stand out a little bit more. So you will see that at the top of my photo cluster. And you can see that in the close-ups at the end. So what I'm doing when I have strips of paper that I feel like I really need to make sure that they're straight, I just use my mat and the edge of my paper to try to line them up. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I want it to be pretty close because I feel like if you want them to look crooked, then you really need to make it purposefully look crooked. And, you know, for this, I really wanted them to be straight because I just like that look. I've got a bunch of different patterns. I already have some diagonal stripes going on in the background, so I really wanted those two to be straight. So I did put the photo of my son up on some craft foam just to give it a little bit more dimension and add a little bit more interest. And I did use some Heidi Swapp Color Shine on the background, and that was in the navy color. You guys, I went to this crop and I left my gold Color Shine at home. I just could have cried. I about died. And you know, I could have gone to Hobby Lobby and seen if they had another bottle, but I already have a reserve bottle at home. So I decided just to tough it out. You know, first world scrappy problem. So in the bit of footage that got either lost or cut out, I'm not sure what happened, I did staple down the awesome acetate word, and the that little piece ends up not making it onto the layout. So that's pretty much it for me today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I want to just give a warm welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate all the thumbs up and all the comments, and I try to get back to everyone. So have a great day, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.